What's going on, everyone? Thanks for logging on to 12news.com and the 12 News app. Cameron Cox, Lina, Washington, kind of decompressing after what's been kind of a crazy day. Got news early in the morning. Kyler Murray sticking around in that valley, $230 million. Add like a 0.5 if you want. It's a lot of money. $160 million guaranteed, $46 million a year. Lina, your reaction for what when you saw the news come down this morning was what?
I mean, when I saw the news come across my phone, I had an audible reaction because we knew it was going to be a busy day here in the newsroom. But Cliff Kingsbury told us during off-season workouts he was hoping, praying that this deal would get done before training camp. And they got it done before training camp at like the 25th hour before vets report next week. But I gotta say, I gotta repeat what everyone else has been saying, all the talking heads. The little man got big money today. Kyler Murray is a very, very rich man.
Yeah, and of course we'll now see what that means for him moving forward. Everything should be pretty good now, right? Like you can forget all the scrubbing of the social media. You can forget the agent and his long letter, right? I mean, everybody was taken care of this summer, or this offseason, I should say. Cliff Kingsbury got his extension. You got Steve Keim got his extension. Kyler Murray got his. Rodney Hudson is back. Like, there should be no drama going into the year, or is it not going to?
Only because you said that, I'm sure something else is going to blindside us. But yes, it's good to go into training camp knowing the center is there, your quarterback's locked in. Mostly everyone's happy. We have gotten some comments from the Bird Gang on social media saying that Kyler is undeserving of this amount of money, that he's unproven, that he's proven to be unmotivated and maybe having some attitude issues, which we heard was maybe one of the reservations that the front office had about giving him this money. But hey, we know that it is signed, sealed, delivered, and no matter what, Kyler has no excuse to not perform. He's got his best friend on the field, not to mention DeAndre Hopkins. When he gets back from his suspension, he's got his money. He's living in one of the best cities right now to live in, minus the 111 degrees. But check back with us in December when Kyler Murray's playing in beautiful weather here in Arizona. No excuses not to win, though.
That's the biggest thing, Leah. Like, there's a lot of pressure now on these guys now to perform. Like, you've given Kyler everything. You've given Cliff and them a bunch of weapons. Like, you've surrounded this offense with what Cliff Kingsbury needed when he got here. Now it's about all going out there, and it's about going out there and playing well and winning football games, and more importantly, winning a playoff game. Don't forget the Super Bowl is here this year.
A playoff game.
Yeah,
just skip through the first one.
Just a playoff game. Because there have been a lot of talk, and the criticism from fans, I think, is rightfully so. Like, you look at the list of highest paid quarterbacks. Guess what they all have in common? A playoff win, except Kyler Murray. Only guy on that list that doesn't have a playoff win. So I think that criticism is fair. I think given what we see from Kyler Murray on the sideline, some of his leadership thing, that criticism is fair. I think it's a big year 4, to see him grow up. He took some shots this year, called out publicly, not by his teammates, but by reports about his character in the media, on social media. And so I just think Kyler's got to take a big step this year in his maturity, his leadership, and then go out there and play well.
Well, and guess what? As if the rest of the country wasn't looking at Arizona already with all the storylines going in, all of the sexiness going into the season, but they've got Hard Knocks cameras coming in.
The back half of the year.
And you can't ignore those cameras if you are the quarterback. So Kyler Murray is going to be out for the nation to consume inside the locker room, after losses, after wins. It's going to be raw, unedited, well, a little bit edited, but it's a tight turn. And HBO, they're going to give us some stories. So what that story is in regards to Kyler Murray, how the rest of the nation gets to know him through this series will be interesting, especially since it's happening in the back half of the season, which Cliff Kingsbury is notoriously unsuccessful in.
We'll see how this all pans out. There's definitely a keeping up with the Cardinals vibe. I will say it doesn't seem as much drama going into the first day of training camp, which is not a bad thing. But to me, there's still must-see TV because now the pressure is through the roof, and we want to see if this team performs.
Well, and it's funny you bring up keeping up because they're liking this to Devin Booker also getting his big contract. So 2 of the young stars here in the Valley getting big money. And just to loop in all of the franchises, I talked to D-backs manager Troy Lavello, asked him his thoughts because he's very tapped in. He said congrats to Kyler, to Steve, to Cliff, all of those guys, but I had to ask him if maybe this is a sign for Kyler not to go back to the Oakland A's farm system.
Of course not.
He wouldn't give me a direct answer to that, but
can he comment on that? That's a good question.
I'm not sure, but he said that whenever Kyler wants to come and get some BP in with maybe Larry Fitzgerald, that invitation is out there. But yeah, when you're making more money as an individual than an entire organization, an entire ball club in Oakland, I think you're doing pretty okay.
Yeah, I never bought into all that baseball talk. Like, look at the money he was just paid. In no way he was going to minor league baseball to try and work his way up to make all this money. That'll do it for us, guys. Hey, coming up Sunday night on 12 Sports Tonight at 10:30, our big Cardinals camp preview show. We'll get you ready. We're talking to some insiders. We got some stories for you too, as well as the Cardinals report to camp Tuesday, July 26th.